In today's episode, we're going to be traveling along with the Soviet scouts and snipers in the forests of Russia as they raid German convoys and attack German bases. Sound exciting? Let's go to war! Fire! And before we get started today, I just want to do a quick shout out to our official sponsor, 3D Printer Czech, creator of fine 3D printed 132 scale tanks. Now, the best way to look up her work on eBay is you print up any tank that you desire. Say, for example, like this one. This is the British Archer in 132 scale. And of course, it'll come up, and it will have been created by 3D Printer Czech. Look at the fine 3D printing with the interior, and it's got nice detail on the tank, and it fits beautifully with 132 scale figures. So, here's my new sign. 3D Printer Czech. Hello everybody, my name is Christian Aldo, and welcome to the Plastic General. Hey, check this out. I've had this for years. This is an authentic copy of a Soviet Scouts smock, and then there's the pants that go along with it. It's called amoeba pattern, and so this was the type of camouflage. It was kind of like those strange little daisies that would be on the bottom of a bathtub. Remember the ones from the 70s? It's really cool, and it just would fit over the entire uniform, and there was really baggy pants that would go with it, and they had the oversized hood. But if you were a sniper, there's also like the little mosquito net would hide your face, and you get in there and you do your sniping. So it's really cool. I love it. It was always one of my favorite uniforms. They were only issued to scouts, sentries, engineers, or Soviet paratroopers. So just wanted to mention that. So the first set we're going to go into are the Soviet Scouts. And this particular set was created by Plastic Platoon just this year. And as we all know, Plastic Platoon is probably the finest, most detailed toy soldiers ever made. Even more, ever made, ever in history. So let's start off with the first two poses of this 6-pose set. So the first figure, and of course they're wearing the smock or jumpsuit outfits in amoeba pattern, just like what I'm wearing, is a commander, except he's wearing a commander's cap, and he's firing a pistol. And as you can see here, he has his little commander's pouch with maps and stuff. And this guy here, he has a PPSH submachine gun with the curved stock. And he has his hood up, like I had earlier today. And there they are. And let's turn them around, take a look in the back. A funny little detail. You know, it's like the Soviet army is just so bare bones and practical. Did they issue them a knapsack? No, they issued them a sack, like a potato sack on their backs. It's just crazy. But you know, maybe that's how they won the war, just by being practical. It's poses 1 and 2. Poses 3 and 4. Figure running with PPSH submachine gun, and this figure, he's holding a captured German MP40 submachine gun and throwing a potato masher grenade. Again, of course, with potato sacks on their backs. Poses 5 and 6. I want to mention that underneath these thin and useless camouflage body smocks, they'd be wearing like full real uniforms to keep them warm. But these things were merely really light cotton designed just to keep them camouflaged. This figure here is firing a later version of the PPSH submachine gun. And this figure here has a captured MP34 German heavy machine gun. poses 7 and 8 technically are not from that 6-post set. They're from a set that was released previous, and it was for the Battle of Moscow or Stalingrad, one of the two. But out of the 6 figures that they issued in that set, 2 of them actually were wearing Scouts uniforms. So I'm going to include them along with these Scouts. One of them is a female sniper in prone position with a sniper rifle. And this figure is kneeling sharpshooting a sniper rifle. They're snipers, I think, from the Stalingrad set. Forgive me, Plastic Platoon, for suddenly forgetting. That's what they're going to do to me when they find out I messed up. Now for the next 3 figures are 3 more Scout figures. And they're done by another one of my favorite Russian companies called Pluvius. And these 3 figures are from a 6-figure set. I think it was the Stalingrad, their Stalingrad set. And the first one is a female sniper standing sharpshooting. This figure is a scout sort of sneaking up on somebody, probably ready to stab a German sentry in the neck. And this figure is wearing, of course, the scout's jumpsuit and is throwing a grenade while holding a submachine gun. The sculpting from those two, from Pluvius and from Plastic Platoon, are pretty much equal in excellence of sculpting. Actually, I suspected it was the same sculptor. I suspect. If not, somebody please correct me if they're not the same sculptors, because they look exactly like the same sculptor. There you have it. The gang is all here. But, you know, technically, they're not really all here, because the first company ever to do Soviet Scouts was Engineer Basevich. Now, I decided, because their sculpting is a little bit different of a style, I decided to save those Scouts for a future episode against a great set that would match them beautifully. And I'll have them all painted up for the future. But here you have it. Plastic Platoon Scouts, and they're allied nicely with Pluvius's Soviet Scouts also. And to keep those Soviet Scouts and reconnaissance guys busy raiding, I present to you TAKOM's 1/35th scale Czech-made German armored car. Now, when Germany annexed the Czech Republic or invaded the Czech Republic, what they did is they took over anything that was good and useful. And one of them, they used these basically for a lower priority missions and stuff. And so they could either just be an armored car, which it looks really neat with these 4 machine guns around the turret here. It's not really a turret, but like around the bulbous hood, or as a radio car. So I chose to make this as a radio car. It's a gigantic, ridiculous vehicle. Look how big that is. It's like a weird Sesame Street car or something. And so these are the ball mount machine guns up here, and this is the radio antenna, and that would be the door on the side there. And then these bulbous sort of things here, that's like they roll back, they swivel back to reveal the lights. And the funny thing is, there is no front or back, so I guess there's steering wheels on both sides, so they could take off back and forth if needed in an emergency situation. So, there it is. It's a cool, bizarre, and interesting vehicle that they would have used at the beginning of the war, or they would have used it in occupied territories and stuff like that. And for yet another vehicle for the Scouts to ambush would be a German Opel truck. The Germans discovered that the weather and the terrain of Russia was really harsh. Like when things would rain and get muddy, they would get so muddy that they decided to make it half truck, half track. So it's the Opel Halftrack, and this is created by 21st Century Toys. It's a 1/32 scale Halftrack. And there's a figure for size comparison. Very common. They're still around. Lots of them. but it's perfect for the Eastern Front. And for our final vehicle for today, it's the 132 scale Krupp Tug truck. But this is the artillery version, and this was made by Forces of Valor. And with it came a little artillery piece, and it's the 3.7 centimeter pack anti-tank cannon. They would give them a funny nickname called the door knocker, because it was just such a small artillery piece. It was only pretty much good for the beginning of the war, but as the war progressed, they would use it had a much more limited use. And it's a really nice truck. It's got all like the ammunition stowed in the back here, and it comes with a couple seated figures, just for some seated soldiers. So where are those figures? There they are. Okay. Anyways, so that's this is what you get from Forces of Valor. It's the Krupp 1.5 ton truck with the artillery piece. Okay, for the next set, we're going to take on the Germans. And back in 2003, Classic Toy Soldiers, otherwise known as CTS, decided to create a set of their own Waffen SS. A few years before, in 2000, Conti Collectibles came out with a fantastically successful Waffen SS set. And the great thing about CTS's set is that they did poses that didn't really repeat what Conti was doing. So CTS made their own mark with this 11 pose set. Waffen SS running with a flamethrower, and this figure is running with an ammunition box and holding a Mauser rifle. So let's just take a little tour around these figures. Most of these figures have canvas covers on their helmets. They're wearing camouflage smocks over their uniforms. This guy's wearing, of course, the flamethrower tanks on his back, and here he's holding on to the flamethrower. And this guy has ammunition, an ammunition belt wrapped around his neck, and he's carrying a box full of very heavy ammunition. That box would be 60 pounds, maybe 50 pounds for sure. So those poses, these are poses 1 and 2. Poses 3 and 4. Both of these figures are both firing MG34s. And this figure is probably waving to the figure I just showed you for him to come and bring him the ammunition. Or he's waving people that it's clean and clear to advance forward. But he has his Zelt band, which is like a little bit of it's like a blanket / waterproof shelter, and his little canister for food, and he's got his little bread bag back here in his canteen. And most Germans just have the same sort of kit. Poses 5 and 6. Sharpshooting an MP40 submachine gun. And this figure here, he's pulling a pin from a stick grenade, which later today you will see a real stick grenade that's completely armed too. Someone gave it to me. If I pull the pin, you will see me blow up here in the studio. Poses 78. 7 and 8. The heavies. So we have a guy here kneeling, firing a Panzerfaust anti-tank plasma weapon. This is designed to fire this little bulbous head here, fires off from the tube, and we'll what? The Plastic General. Yeah, we're actually filming right now. You are on the episode of... This is Stephanie. Stephanie's the only female I know that spends thousands of dollars a month on toy soldiers. Baby, when are you buying me some more toy soldiers? She pays for everything. Look up. Have you ever seen around this room here? Look, behind the scenes of the Plastic General. Okay, before we were so rudely interrupted, the heavies. This figure here, as I said, he's firing a Panzerfaust anti-tank weapon. That thing fires out and destroys tanks. This thing is a Panzer Schreck, which is the German version of the bazooka, except superior. It even has a bit of a face shield and a little peek hole through there. No, it's not a glory hole. That's a little peek hole so you can see what the hell you're doing. And it's a very, very dangerous and powerful weapon with a much bigger rocket launcher too. Poses 9 and 10. This figure seems to be he's operating the bolt action on his Mauser rifle, like that. And he has some goggles on his helmet, and this guy is surrendering. Please don't shoot! Please! I want to eat sauerkraut! So here they are. Maybe the scenario would be this. This guy's being a coward, so he's saying, please don't shoot me. Bring me to the stockade. And sad, leave the saddest one for last. The posthumously honored fallen soldier. This figure here was killed while trying to load a clip of ammunition into his MP40 machine gun to kill someone else, but instead he got killed. Somewhere there are some plastic tears falling in some Fisher-Price toy house. So there you have it. All 11 poses by classic toy soldiers. Waffen SS 132/130th scale, a little bit bigger than 132, but they work beautifully with Conti or with any of the others like Classic Platoon. I wasn't going to paint them, but I decided to paint them because painting is nice. I don't know, I'm getting hungry. Hey, where do you guys want to go eat? Want to get some Chinese or sushi? Christian! Yes, Comrade Boris. Come, we're leaving. Where are we going? We're going to ambush some Germans. Right now? Yes, hurry up. Okay, I gotta go. Hurry up. Okay, I don't know how to use this thing. You think you're an adult for Russia? I gotta go. Okay, I'll see you in the battle. Come in convoy. Where are you? Sir, I can't get through to the convoy. It's very strange. I want you to keep getting through to them because we need those supplies. Keep trying. was horrified, but then once things got started, it was like so exciting, and we totally kicked ass, and then got some great souvenirs too. Anyway, looks like that's it for this week. Please remember to subscribe if you like the show, and hit the little bell so you can be notified about any future episodes. If you have any comments you want to make, any questions or anything like that, compliment us on our astute sense of historical accuracy. We don't make mistakes here. Oh yeah, if you love this show and you want to keep the show going, feel free to, what's the proper word?
Donate.
Feel free to donate to the show or be a patron of the show. We'll put the money into buying more authentic weapons like this. What else can I say? My name is Christian Aldo. I'm the Plastic General. Long live 132, World War II. Oh, I think I pulled the ring. Yeah!